And welcome to Technology Tap. I'm Professorjrod. In this episode, we're going to put a bow on the CompTIA 1102, the last two objectives that we're going to go over to see if anything is new. And I'm also want to propose something to my podcast listeners, so let's get to it. Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, sorry. I bought a new computer, and with Windows 11, i9, 100 megs, 100 gigs, and it just has an issue with the audio. I have such issues, so many problems getting my recording stuff, the software and the hardware, to work really good with Windows 11. This is like the third or fourth time I'm recording this podcast because it's just, I don't know, there's an issue with Windows 11. Hopefully they'll fix it soon. But yeah, it's terrible. Not Windows 11, but just the sound part and the struggles that I've been to. But anyway, before we, tackle the last objectives, a little housekeeping. One, I'm still looking for candidates to help me with my dissertation, right? Those of you know I'm trying to write a dissertation paper about podcasting, and I want to see if you could actually learn from podcasts. So I need 40 people who want to listen to this podcast, listen to the A+ or the A+ podcast, and then let me know, and I'll send them an assessment, a test, an A+ exam. And, they can go and, whatever score that they get, I'll compare it against people who I'm only giving slides to. And those are people that I'm trying to get on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, stuff like that. You guys, I just need you guys to help me with the podcasting portion, since you guys are already listening to it and you guys are fans. So if you want to help me, I would really appreciate it. Anybody who's done a PhD program knows how hard it is. So if you can help me, I'll be really appreciative. Second thing I want to talk about is I'm thinking about doing, and I'll have a date next week when I'll do the second podcast of the month, is do a Zoom session and do A+ questions, right? We'll go maybe, short. It has to be short. Zoom is only 40 minutes for free. So maybe we'll be able to do 15, 20 questions. I'll pick like good questions, and we'll try to go through as many as we can. I'm willing to do it twice in different time zones because I know I have a lot of fans in the US, but I also have a lot of fans overseas, and I want them to take an opportunity to chime in and me be able to help them. Now, if that works out well, I have other ideas for later on down the line, but I want to see if this works. And the only way it would work is if you email me. I just need a short, yes, Professor, I'm in for the question and answer sessions via Zoom. If I get a lot of responses from that, I'll do it. I'll definitely do it. If I get one or two people chiming in, I'm not going to do it because why would I want to be in Zoom and just, and in order for you to get the Zoom link, you have to email me. I'm not posting it on the podcast. I'm not. So if you want, because I just want people who listen to my podcast to take advantage of this. I don't want, because then I post it to social media and then they're going to want to, those people who've never listened to my, I don't know. But anyway, send me an email. Say, hey, Professor, I'm in. I'll do a Zoom link. I'll send it to you. If you live overseas, different country, I'll try to do one to accommodate people in Europe and Asia. Because you're my fans and I love all my fans. All right, so we'll work on that next week when I do another episode. I'll be able to give you a little bit more detail on that. But just for now, just shoot me a quick email saying, "Hey, I'm in," and it's professorjrod@gmail.com. All right, let's take a look at the objectives and put a bow on this 1102 and this whole new CompTIA exam that you're going to be able to take if you decide not to take the older one. So we're up to software troubleshooting. Let's see what they have that's new. Common symptoms: blue screen of death. That's not new. Frequent shutdowns, services not starting, apps crashing, low window memory. This is still from the old one. No OS found. Slow profile load, that's new. And time drift, that's also new. Let's look at common troubleshooting steps that they have: reboot, restart services, add services, rollback, rebuild Windows profile. That's new. That's a new in software troubleshooting in the exam. Next, we have given a scenario, troubleshoot some common and personal PC security issues. Let's see if they have anything new here. They have for common symptoms, unable to access the server, the network, desktop alert, false alerts regarding antivirus, altered system or personnel files, missing or renamed. That's new. Unwanted notifications within the OS. That's new. Browser-related symptoms, random frequent pop-ups, certificate warnings, redirections. That's all new. Given a scenario, use a best practice for malware removal. There's the 7 malware steps that I think had talked about before. That's on there. And given a scenario, troubleshoot mobile OS devices. It seems like they're going to add more phone related questions. Application fails to launch, closes, crashes, fails to update, OS fails to update. That's new. Battery life issues. Well, I think we talked about that in the older exam. AirDrop, that's a new thing. Screen does not auto rotate. I think that's in the old one. Given a scenario, troubleshoot common mobile OS and application issues. Android package source, that's new. Developer mode, that's new. Root access or jailbreak, new. Bootleg malicious application, that's also new. They also have high network traffic, sluggish response time, data usage limit notification, that's new. No internet connectivity, high number of ads on your phone, that's new. Fake security warnings, unexpected application behavior, leaked personnel data, that's also new. Operational procedures, they have a whole thing on ticketing system, that's new. User information, device information, description of problems, categories, severity, escalation levels, clear, concise written communication, which is important, guys. I've told you guys this before. You got to learn how to write. Use Grammarly, use spell check. It doesn't look good if you can't write. It's a problem. They also talk about problem description, progress notes, problem resolution, asset management, inventory list, database system, asset tags and IDs, procurement life cycles, warranty, assign users. Wow, that's new. Types of documents, acceptable use policy we use already. Splash screens, that's new. Incident reports, new. Procedures for custom installation of software package, new. New user checklist, end user checklist, end user termination. The onboarding and offboarding, I think it's called, right? That's new. A friend of mine, he does the company that I used to work for, he does the onboarding. It's a whole new thing now in tech. You train them how to use, turn it on, what you got to do to sign in, what apps they can use, all that good stuff. Knowledge base articles, that's also new. They talk about change management, which is, last 10, 12 years has been a big thing. Rollback, sandbox testing, responsible staff member, which a topic that I love to talk about. you got to be responsible. They talk about the whole gamut of change management, the request form, why you're doing it, purpose of the change, scope of the change, date and time of the change, effective system impact, risk analysis, risk level, change board approvals, and end user acceptance. And I went over this. I was teaching network earlier today, and we kind of discussed this change management process. It has its good and its bad. I like it because now you can have anybody doing things on their own, and system administrators the way they are, right? They they can do no wrong. So that's the one good thing. They just can't go making changes however they want, and then when you say, "Hey, did you make a change?" They telling you no because whatever it is that's wrong, my change wouldn't have affect that. And guess what, folks? It does. But they're too smart, right? If you worked with system administrators, you know what I'm talking about. Backup and recovery, full incremental differential it's not, it's old. Synthetic is new. That's new on the exam. Backup testing frequency, that's new. Backup rotation schemes, on-site versus off-site, old. Grandfather, father, son method, old. They have a 3-2-1 backup rule now. That's new. The section on safety procedures, ESD, right? ESD mat, strap, all that. Proper component handling, anti-static bag, compliance with government regulations, personal safety, lifting techniques, safety goggles, mask, MSDS, which is, I thought I had a student a couple of years ago who told me that they're getting rid of it. I don't know if they did. Let me know if you still use it. Temperature, they talk about the temperature, humidity, awareness, location, equipment placement, dust cleanup, compressed air and vacuums. That's not really new. Power, power surges, backup battery surge suppressor. That's also not new. Incident response, chain of custody, information management, law enforcement, letting them know if necessary. Copy of drive, data integrity and preservation, document of incident. They talk about licensing, digital rights management, end user license agreement, regulated data, credit card transaction, this new, personal government issue information, PII, healthcare data, all new. Proper communication techniques and professionalism, big topic that I love to talk about. Professional appearance and attire, of course. Use proper language and avoid jargon. That's all in there already. Maintain a positive attitude. Actively listen. That's all there. Avoid distractions. Don't, be texting your girlfriend when you at a customer site. Dealing with difficult customers. This is new. Dealing with difficult customers. Set expectations, timelines. That's new. Deal properly with customers' confidentiality and private material. That's new, right? Location of the computer, desktop, and printer. They have a section on the basic of scripting, .bat, Python, Visual Basic, Java, all that stuff. Use cases for scripting, basic automation, restarting machines, remapping network drive. You can all do that automatically. PowerShell, right? Installation of applications, automated backups. Other considerations when using script, unintentionally introducing malware, inverting, changing system settings, right? That's new on the exam. Remote access technology is another section. RDP, VPN, virtual network computer, VNC, secure shell, remote monitoring and management, Microsoft Remote Assistant, that's new. Third-party tools, screen sharing software, video conferencing, I'm sure Zoom is in there. File transfer software, desktop software, and security considerations of each access method. And that rounds out what's going to be the objectives of CompTIA, the new one, 1102 A+ exam. Right? All right. Just remember, guys, and you got this, and you have the ability to pass. Like I always tell my students, the reason why you're taking the exam is the reason why you're going to pass this exam. So always remember your why. Why am I doing this? Am I doing this to change my life? Yes. Am I doing this to get a better job? Yes. Am I doing this to provide for my family? Yes. Always keep that in your mind. When times are going tough and you're struggling to study, right? And it's 8 o'clock at night, kids in bed, right? And you have a choice of watching TV or hitting the books. Think of your why. And I guarantee you, you're going to hit the books. All right, that puts a bow on this episode. Please remember to email me if you want me to do this thing with the question and answer sessions. I will give you a date, I promise, next week if I get enough emails telling me yes. So please do that. And all right, thank you for listening. This has been a presentation of Little Chacha Productions, art by Sarah, music by Joe Kim. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at professorjrod@gmail.com.